the week.
We have one of the most exciting games. And if you would have told me in week 1 that this is a game that I would actually want to watch going into week 8, the Seahawks and Giants. Seahawks are at home. They're facing off against the Giants, who are 6-1. The Giants, who we picked to win 4 games this year, are already on pace to make the playoffs. And these are two teams that have drastically overperformed. Seahawks, who are the leader in the NFC West. What are your thoughts on this game?
My thoughts on this game, it's in Seattle, which is one of the best home field advantages in the league. The Giants are flying all the way from Florida to Seattle, which is on the other side of the country. You're going from Jacksonville, Florida.
Wait, what? They're going to Jacksonville?
No, the Giants just played in Jacksonville, and now they're traveling all the way to Seattle. So you have that, and then you just came off a big one-possession win. On the other hand, last week, the Seahawks kind of legitimized themselves as a good team where they went out there. Geno Smith made all the throws he needed to help them beat the Chargers, who are a legitimate team who can blow people out, have talent on offense and defense. I just think at home, this is a game the Seattle Seahawks win. All the Giants games have been won by a possession. They haven't blown anyone out. Even against the Bears, took Daniel Jones rushing for 2 touchdowns and some big plays from him to win that game. So I think this is just a game where the Seahawks are the much better roster. They have better weapons. And then Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, and those boys are showing they're here to stay. So I'm going to go Seattle at home wins this game. I'll take the 3 points and go Seattle 27-24 in this game.
I like that. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I think the Seahawks, to this point, yes, they've exceeded expectations, but I think that they've done so because Geno Smith is a lot better than most people thought he was. And their run game, which for the most part, the last few years has been not the greatest. You know, they go ahead and get Kenneth Walker in the draft. He's been great. Rashard Penny, before he went down, was playing great. And their defense, I mean, their defensive picks that they've had this year, Tariq Woodland, the corner in the 6th round, they landed him. He's been lights out. Their draft is probably the best draft that they've had since the Legion of Boom era. So for that, then we have the Giants, like you mentioned. The Giants have a very particular way of winning games. They need Saquon to go off, and they need Daniel Jones to throw the ball as the least amount of times as possible.
Right.
If they can do that, then they can win the game. And if the game is still close at that point, they're good.
Eckler just ran for 30 yards, though, so it's like...
Yeah. I don't think the Giants are necessarily bad. Their defense has played well. But I think this is the Seahawks game to win. The Seahawks, I think they take care of business. The Giants, I think there's been somewhat of a Cinderella story for them, and I don't think it's ultimately going to end up in much success, especially in the playoffs. So I have the Seahawks winning this game. I have the Seahawks winning. I'll go 30-20.